wife and I came to China in 1988, and we were English teachers. A few years after that, we made a visit to an orphanage that had a lot of special needs kids. And shortly after that, we actually brought one of the children home with us, and we later adopted her. That was 19 years ago, our daughter Esther. Subsequently, we adopted 3 more special needs children, and so it was just something that was very near and dear to our hearts to be able to help kids like our adopted children. And one day my wife and I were having dinner with a Chinese businessman, and he said, if there's ever anything I can do to help you with your work, just let me know. And he said, and my wife said, well, you could give us one of the empty houses that you own. And he ended up giving us a house and later gave us 5 houses. And that's how we started the whole concept of doing the foster care for special needs orphans. Later it expanded to Shepherd's Field when the Chinese government donated this 6.5 acres of land for $1 back in 2002. And then through the blessings of many supporters and people, we were able to build what you see here today.
We work with about 33 different orphanages here in China. They will call us and ask us to take children for a variety of reasons. They may not be close to the medical care that's required for that child. They have some kind of a situation that they're just not care in that area because they come from all over here in China to it. Shepherd's Field. We are a foster home. We are foreign run. Currently we have 82 special needs children here. They range from age of probably 6 months old to 21 years old. All kinds of disabilities. Anything you can think of, you'll probably see today, from a missing eye, a heart defect, missing limbs, hydrocephalus, cerebral palsy, burns, just anything and everything.
Operation of Shepherd's Field. In the same major as Clay and Joel studying children.
We have, our foreign staff consists of 3 couples basically. Jewel and I, Dr. Moody and his wife, and our founder, Tim and Pam Baker. And the rest of our staff is Chinese, and we want that way. We just want to be helpers. We just want to help facilitate the care of these children, and we'd love to just stand back and let them.
One question I was going to ask earlier, did you say recently you've started having corporate visits where a company will bring their people out here?
Yeah, we do. We have we do. We have some local, like we're in this industrial zone here. We do have some businesses here in this that will come and visit, bring their employees, and actually have a couple companies here that are engaging to the point of taking some of our children out on field trips now. We had in 2008, we had lens crafters from Beijing come down, and we just facilitated. They donated all their time and they did some eye exams, and we had a line out the gate. I think we decided that we almost had 1,000 people from the village, from locally, to get a lot of them their eyes checked for the very first time in their lives. As per se, most of our teachers are certified. I think we have one that's not.
They know that we are Christian-based, the authorities here, but we try not to be pushy about it, So it seems like, as long as we're respectful of them, that they let us.
We have 4 IEs here right now that have been trained by a licensed physical therapist. We don't have one on staff right now, but they do our therapy. But we're asked to, care for so many kids that need therapy, and we hope to. Part of this building will be dedicated to caring for them, and the idea we have is to bring in a caregiver from all the different orphanages we work with. We bring a child with that caregiver, train them here, let them stay here for as long as it takes, and when they're ready to go back to their home orphanage, that caregiver and child will move back, and then she can in turn, the caregiver, can train or work with kids in their own home. Or we just feel like we can touch way more lives that way.
We've had great success with finding families for a lot of children, but many of these kids will never be adopted, and so we, in a sense, have become their family. And here they have many fathers and many mothers and many brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles, and here they're cared for just as they were if they were in our own families. They're given the best of care, the best education that we can provide for them. I think we can help these kids become a part of society, and we're already doing it. We have some older kids who are living here already, and they've already been trained in our schools and trained to do jobs here on our campus. And but we'd like to expand our borders, so to speak, and help more kids like them. Chinese families who have one child are allowed to adopt a special needs child. And we have had Chinese folks come by and go through the process of adoption. Of course, all of the adoption issues are all managed by the Chinese government. We don't really do anything with that other than the fact that we take care of the kids before they get adopted. But we have seen a huge spike in the number of local families who have adopted.
As far as to see Joseph, he's a normal boy. He loves to do the things a normal child loves to do. He's completely capable of getting on the floor and playing Legos or any normal type kids. He just has a little less tolerance as far as being able to stamina and those type things because of his heart condition. So, but other than that, he's pretty much normal.
He's 11 years old, and he's got a very serious, I'd say close to inoperable, possibly inoperable heart defect that we can't really get fixed in China. We are, I'd say, our hospital that we take our kids to, and has an excellent program in China, maybe one of the best, if not the best, to address children's heart defects, has decided they cannot help him surgically. So we're in a situation where he is, like we've had with other kids, as they get older, at a certain age, at 14, they can't be adopted. And so that would be, that's an issue, because we'd like, at this point, because we can't find care for him in China, at least at this one hospital, we could look more and possibly find other options here. But his defect is very complex, and it's a high risk kind of surgery. So we prefer the adoption option for him, because that would probably get him the best. I'm sure it would get him a much better result.